Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, I thought I'd do a video on some of the protective gear you can buy that could protect you during a riot or protest sort of situation. So the idea of this is you may have to work or live in an area where these riots and protests go on. And this is stuff that you can buy to protect yourself if you ever find yourself caught up in these situations. So what I'll do a tabletop review in a second, and I'll go over everything I can think of that you can buy that could potentially protect you if you do get caught up in these situations. What I'll do first, I'll show you the stuff that's on the table, because I do have more stuff to go with this, because I can't actually fit it all on here. So helmets are a good idea. You do see people in sort of protest situations with helmets, and you don't necessarily need to be riding a bike or anything to carry a helmet. So you get various different kinds of helmets: bike helmets, climbing helmets. I think this one's a skateboard helmet. I think a hard hat would be quite good, because if you're working in an area where this kind of disorder happens, doesn't really matter if the job you are doing needs a hard hat or not, you're still working in that area. Why not carry a hard hat, some safety glasses and a reflective jacket? And I think that would be great protection. You can protect your eyes that way, your head. You'd be seen better with a reflective jacket on, and also wearing that, people aren't going to think you're part of it. Another helmet type thing you can get is a bump cap. Now these are really good. See, some of the things I'll show you will be covert stuff that you can wear without it being obvious. Some of it will be obvious, if that makes sense. So bump caps, these are caps with a hard insert. They will protect your head from bricks, being hit on the head with things. Now it's not going to be as good as a proper helmet, but it will do a lot better than just your skull. So you can buy these on eBay, and I will try and include links to everything that I mention. Now that's a simpler version. You can get more fancy ones that look better, but you can also buy these inserts. Now that insert could be put in a much more stylish hat, or any hat to be honest. You may need to cut it to shape. So that is the headwear that I can think of. If you have any idea for any sort of other headwear, let me know. But I do think there are various helmets you could wear, covert and overt, that would work really well. We'll go down to your eye protection now. So you could carry some of these. This kind of eye protection is very good, does the job. But even a standard pair of sort of heavy duty glasses would work, workman sort of glasses. But you can get sunglasses that are as good protection as these, because they are actual working work protection glasses. And they don't look like that. So you can protect your eyes as well. We will go on to the body in a minute, because I'm going to need to move some of this stuff. But I thought I'd go on to hands now. So there are various different gloves you can wear. These are sort of motorcycle gloves, riding gloves, have hard knuckles, leather soles. That's not real leather, but you know what I mean. Probably get better ones that have actual leather. They'll protect you if you fall over, protect your hands, and a decent protection there. Those are cheap. You can get those for a couple of quid. You can also get, these are leather gloves that have a slash resistant material in. It's this stuff. If you've ever seen these kind of gloves before, these are slash resistant, and you can get these leather ones that have the same stuff inside. All those can be easily bought online. And then just a nice, these are old work gloves, but these leather gloves are good protection. This material though, this slash resistant material, you can actually get this in lots of different clothing now. So you can buy arm protectors that are slash proof, a full t-shirt, long john sort of underwear. You can buy hoodies in this material now, neck protection. So there's no end of stuff you can get in this slash resistant stuff. And we're just lastly for this display, because I have got a lot more, boots. I think a good pair of boots are always worth wearing. They'll have better protection from glass on the floor, stuff like that, and you'll get better ankle protection. But you can get trainers that are very heavy duty, and also trainers that have steel toe caps in as well. These don't actually have steel toe caps, but you know, it's an added element of protection. Right, we'll go on to some more body and limb protection now. So what you can see here is some motorbike armour. Now this is a lightweight version where most of it is on a sort of thin mesh material, and this will actually fit underneath a loose fitting jacket, and you can't actually see it's there. This will give you arm and elbow protection, shoulder protection, front and back protection, because this has a spine protector on the back of it as well. And these can be bought very cheap, and you would get basically pretty much full torso protection. They sell these on eBay for not a lot of money. There are a lot more expensive versions. This is a cheap version. Something else you can buy online is ex-police riot armour, and you can get full sets of this sold as paintball protection, but it is basically ex-police riot gear. And with that you would get thigh protection, shin protection, groin protection, and lots of other little bits that you can get for your arms, your legs, and that stuff's reasonably cheap as well. I think you can buy a whole set of that for about 30 quid. But if you can't get hold of that, things like just standard shin protection will do, and you can get these ones. I think this is a kid's one. This would actually be more suited for my forearms. Get a good bit of forearm protection there. And there are loads and loads and loads of different sort of shin pads and various arm and shoulder pads that you can buy that would work as riot protection. And lastly, I thought I would talk about armour. What I've got here are 6 different versions of armour that you can buy online. All very different, but also all do the very same thing. And also a bag here to give you an idea of something else you can do. So, this idea would work with any bag. What you can do with a bag, if you do carry a bag, you can either put magazines inside it. A lot of them do have a large inner pocket or a large back pocket. Now if you've got one that's the whole size of the bag, fill it up with maybe 3 or 4 magazines, and that will actually work as a stab resistant shield. Then you can hold it up, and it's very difficult to stab through 4 magazines. It's probably worth taping them together. Another thing you can do though is on eBay you can buy second-hand police body armour panels. They range from about 25 quid each. Now one of these, just folded up and put inside a back or a rucksack, you could probably cut it as well. You'd need to take the case off and cut it, but you can buy these individual panels how they are, and you can buy square panels. Second-hand ones are a lot cheaper though. As mentioned, these are around about 25 quid each, so about 50 quid, 60 quid for a full second-hand vest. If you do buy body armour, then make sure it's at least stab protection or stab and bullet resistant. Do not buy just bullet resistant, because a lot of bullet resistant stuff, if it's just Kevlar, certain knives and spikes and that will go through it very easily, whereas the stab protection doesn't allow that. So that's a panel that could fit inside a bag. If you don't have the capability of buying the panels, put magazines in your bag. Then you can use your bag as a shield. So here are the various body arms I've got. This one here is one I was sent recently. I have a review of this if you want to have a look at that. I'll put a link in the description. This is a very nice bit of body armor, this one. It's only stab protection though, but the thing I really like about this one is you can wear this on the outside of your clothes essentially, because it looks just like a sort of little sleeveless jacket type thing, or a gilet or whatever they're called. Has slash resistant collar and panels that will protect you from any stab threats. Now this one only will cover your front and back, it doesn't cover your sides. Where some body armor will cover your sides. So that one I just showed costs about 250 quid. We're going to a couple of the cheaper versions. This one is one of the ex-police vests I'm talking about. You can buy these really easily on eBay, and they only cost about 50 quid for both panels and it's ready to go. The only thing with some of the ones you'll buy online is it's more difficult to get your size right, because often body armor companies will actually make them to your size. But that's around about 50 quid. This is a Chinese stab resistant vest. This is one of the ones that has metal panels inside. It does do the job. When I bought this vest it cost 15 quid. I think it's about 50 now. But it will do the job at resisting knives and stuff like that. This one here is another, this is a new stab and bullet resistant vest, so it will cost a bit more. This one does cover your sides. This is quite a small one, because the other thing is sometimes they're smaller. If you want to sit down with them, they need to be higher up on your body, because they ride up otherwise. But yeah, this one, a couple of £100. And then the last one here, this is a covert vest designed to go under your clothes. Made custom fit, so it's measured to your body, fully protects your sides, and sort of right up from here down to your belly, and very, very good protection. But due to that, it costs around about 600 quid. Right, those are my ideas for what can protect you in case you do get accidentally involved in some kind of riot or protest situation due to where you live or work. If you have any ideas of stuff that can help as well, please do. Obviously you'd want to avoid these situations in the first place, but if you absolutely have to work in these areas or you live in the area where it's going to happen, these are some things you could at least wear. And it's just nice to be aware of these ideas, because you may come up with your own ideas then. If you have any ideas yourself, please let us know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it helpful. Definitely share this to people. I think there's a lot of people who could really find this useful. Like the video, comment, let me know what you think, and subscribe, because I do these kind of videos a lot. Alright, thank you for watching. See you later.